My name is Flash Isaac, and I'm a teacher from the future. Sometimes we tend to stress some words over others so that you don't forget, or so that you know that we mean it, or so that you don't give excuses. Some persons can be so annoying, which is one of the reasons for the use of emphatic stress. For example, I say, come tomorrow. Then you reply, did you say I should come next week? I have to emphasize, I said tomorrow. I did not say next week. I say, okay, wake up by 10 a.m. Say, mommy, did you say I should wake up by 12 a.m.? So I need to emphasize on that time so that you know that I said 10 a.m., not 12. If I say, John is the president of Nigeria, and you turn, did you say Luke is the president of Nigeria? I will have to say, John. I did not say Luke, John. So we need to emphasize certain words. And in emphatic stress, you get a statement, then the options mostly come in form of questions, not all the time. But the answer to emphatic stress questions are or is usually the one that can warrant the answer. So the question that can warrant the answer given is the answer to the emphatic stress questions. In other words, the option that is not telling us what is stress is the answer. If the emphatic stress, usually in capital letter, says today, any option that says today will likely not be the answer. Because if you say today and I'm saying today, what will make you to stress on today? Nothing. But if I'm saying today and you're saying yesterday, I'll have to stress on today. Secondly, in emphatic stress, nothing should change in the option except the one that is stressed, or except the words in capital letter. Every other thing should be the same. Only the one in capital letter should change. Enough of the talk. Let's see questions. The first question here says, and the instruction is usually in each of the questions, the word in capital letter has the emphatic stress. Choose the option to which the given sentence relates. Ade's father returned home last week. Last week is being stressed. So which of these options will make us to stress last week? Option A says, did Ade's father return home yesterday? You see, that is the annoying thing. I said Ade's father returned home last week. You are not telling me, did Ade's father return home yesterday? I will have to get angry. I did not say yesterday. I said last week now, last week. So, option A is likely to be the answer. But let's look at the other options. B says, did Kofi's father return home last week? Now, last week is stressed. It is the only thing that is allowed to be altered. We are not even talking about Kofi. You don't have the right to change Ade's father to Kofi's father because we stressed on last week. Ade's father remains, return home remains. Only last week can change. Option C says, did Ade's mother return home last week? You are not permitted to change any other thing except last week. Option D says, did Ade's father leave home last week? If returned were stressed, then leave would have been correct. The stress is not on return, it's on the time last week. So option A, correct. And this question says, Titi went to Abuja. So the stress is on Abuja. Option A says, did Titi go to Kaduna? You see, that is the problem. I said Titi went to Abuja. Now you are not saying Kaduna. That will make me to stress on Abuja, not Kaduna. So option A is correct. Let's see B. Did Abigail's father go to Abia? Now option B would have been correct if Titi remained, but they changed Titi to Abigail. In emphatic stress, don't change any other thing except the one that is stressed. So Titi wasn't stressed, but they changed Titi to Abigail. So it's not correct. Option C, did Michael go to Abuja? There is Abuja there. Option D, there is Abuja. So they are wrong. Anyone that has the one stress is likely going to be wrong or is wrong. The union congratulated the elected president. Elected president. A. Did the union congratulate the elected chairman? Elected remains, so A is wrong. B. Did the union congratulate the ousted president? C. Did the union reject the elected president? And D. Did the management congratulate the elected president? Anyone that has elected is wrong. So option B is the correct option. So instead of elected, they use the ousted president. The driver has taken John away. The driver has taken John away. Then you look at all the options. Which of them will want us to say the driver, or which of them will make us stress on driver? A. Whom did the driver take away? If I say whom did the driver take away, what will you say? John. So whom will make us stress John? But here, John wasn't stressed. Option B says, who took John away? Who took John away? If I say who took John away and you say the driver, who took John away, and you emphasize on the driver, you will be correct. Who? The driver. So who took John away warrants us to answer the driver. Let's see option C. What did the driver do? Doesn't warrant the answer to the driver. The driver has taken John away. D. Where did the driver take John to? Now option C and D may sound convincing. Option A may sound convincing. But one conviction you should have is that so long they have driver in it and driver is the one emphasized, they are all wrong. So option B is comfortably the correct option. Option A, the next question rather, a good description includes specific noun. From what I'm seeing, there is include in option A, include in option C, include in option D. So option B is correct. Instead of include, we use exclude. If I say, does a good description exclude specific noun? You can say no, not exclude, include. So that can make you emphasize on include. So option B is the correct option. Akman is always late to school. Always late to school. Always is emphasized. Only option C does not have always. Akman is seldom late to school. Option C is correct. And the final question gave a tribute to her mother. Tribute to her mother. B has tribute, C has tribute, D has tribute. So option A, did the playwright give a gift to her mother? You will say no, not a gift, a tribute. So option A is the correct one. Everyone departed from the hall at noon. Everyone departed from the hall at noon. And the emphatic stress is known. The law is simple. Any option that contains the word that is stressed is automatically wrong. That is one. And any option that tells us or that asks a question or that gives an answer that warrants the question would be correct. In this case, A is automatically wrong, option C is wrong, option D is wrong. Option B doesn't contain known, and it says, when did everyone depart from the hall? If I say when did anyone depart from the hall, when it speaks of time, what time did everyone depart from the hall? If you say at noon and you stress that time, it means you are stressing my answer. What time? Noon. So that question warrants the answer. Option B is comfortably correct. And the Secretary General wrote to the Republic of Calcutta. Wrote. The reason wrote is emphasized to tell you that the president did not speak to them. He did not slap them. He did not do anything else. He only wrote. Take note of wrote. Don't change what he's saying. Okay? And looking at the options, option B Right. Wrote and write, they are simply a case of present and past tense. So the word emphasized should not repeat, whether in the present or in the past tense. And looking at option D, it says that did the Republic of Calcutta receive a letter from the Secretary General? Now, there is no letter in the sentence. Apart from wrote, the sentence should remain the same. Don't alter it. And option A says, who wrote? A contains wrote. That makes it wrong. We need not analyze. And let's take a look at option C. Did the Secretary General speak to the Republic of Calcutta? If I say, did the Secretary General speak to the Republic of Calcutta? You have the right to say that he did not speak, he wrote, to emphasize wrote. So wrote and speak, they are opposite, and it makes sense. Option C is the correct option. And the next question says, she put the spoon on the chair. I did not say she put the spoon on the table, on the chair. Looking at A, there is chair in option A, chair in option C, and chair in option D. So they are wrong. Option B, did she put the spoon on the table? If I say, did she put the spoon on the table? You have the right to stress the fact that she put the spoon on the chair, not the table. So any option that repeats the stress word is wrong. And any option that every other sentence or word remains the same, the only thing that is changed is the emphatic stress, is correct. The bed is in the room. In. The bed is in the room. A. Was the bed in the room? B. Was what is in the room? C. What is the bed in the parlor? A, B, and D, they contain in. So they can't be the correct answer. Option C is, where is the bed? Where is the bed is a question that can warrant the answer. The bed is in the room to show you the place. The big bag belongs to grandmother. The big bag belongs to grandmother, not grandfather, not grandsister, not great grandfather, not ancestors. So, option A, B, and C, grandmother repeated. Automatically, they are wrong. Option D is the correct answer here. And the next question, and our last question for today says, the traditional chief narrated the story to the children. Option B contains narrated. Wrong. Narrated is emphasized, so option B is automatically wrong. Option A, the children heard the story from the traditional chief. The children heard the story from the traditional chief. Option C, the children could not listen to the traditional chief. D, that the chief hide the story from the children. When it comes to emphatic stress, like I told you, only the word that is stressed should change. Every other thing should repeat. Don't manipulate the sentence. Keep the sentence exactly the way it is, but only the word that is stressed should change. Looking at option D, from narrated, it changed to hide. Every other thing remained. Did the chief hide the story from the children? Did the chief narrate the story to the children? Sentence remains intact. Only the emphatic stress is changed. If I say, did the chief hide the story from the children? You have the right to say, no, he did not hide it. He narrated. Narrated, not hide. So that would warrant the answer. Spain won their last friendly match. Spain won their last friendly football match. Football is emphasized to show you that we are not talking about basketball. We are not talking about handball. We are not talking about baseball. We are talking about football. Since we already emphasized football, football should not repeat in the option. Because if you already know that we are talking about football, there is no need to emphasize football. Emphasis on football means you were saying otherwise, or you didn't get the fact that we are referring to football. We would use the opportunity to stress football. I come around and I said, I am not happy. Not happy. Then you reply, did you say you are happy? I have to stress the fact that I said I am not happy. Not happy. I did not say happy. Not happy. To stress that particular word so that you don't get it twisted. That is the purpose of emphatic stress. Because some persons can be annoying. I say, come next week. You reply, did you say I should come tomorrow? I did not say tomorrow. Come next week. Next week. I have to emphasize on that time. So that is the real life application of emphatic stress. Spain won their last friendly football match. Option B, there is football. Option C, there is football. Option D, there is football. They are automatically wrong. So, option A is the correct option. Did Spain win their last friendly basketball match? If I say, did Spain win their last friendly basketball match? You have the right to tell me that I did not say basketball match, football. That is the reason for emphasis on football. Because the person asking the question is mistaking football for basketball match. The president spoke to the press. Spoke to the press. Not listen, he spoke to the press. He did not write, he spoke to the press. A, there is spoke. B, there is spoke. C, there is speak. Whether you change it from past tense to present tense, it doesn't matter. Speak, spoke, they are the same. The correct option is option D. Did the president write to the press? You say no, he did not write to the press. The president spoke to the press. So it gives us the opposite in meaning to the word emphasize. The teacher wants my pen. My pen, not your pen. My pen. So, does the teacher want your ruler? The emphasized word is my. Ruler is not emphasized. So, you therefore not change. Pen was not emphasized. It is wrong for you to change pen to ruler. In emphatic stress, only the word emphasized has the right to change in the option. Any word that is not emphasized should not change. Pen should remain. Teacher should remain. Want should remain. Option A, pen changed to ruler. So that is wrong. Option B, my remains, makes it wrong. Option C, does the teacher want his pen? Mine changed to his. Correct. And option D, what does the teacher want? What does the teacher want? If I say what does the teacher want, mine will not be emphasized. What does the teacher want? Pen will be emphasized. What does the teacher want? Pen. So, since pen was not emphasized, option D is not a question that can warrant the answer given in the sentence. So, does the teacher want his pen? Mine changed to his. That makes a lot of sense. The accountant paid the workers July salary in September. Accountant paid the workers salary in September. In option A, when will the workers paid? Option A, that question cannot warrant the answer. When was the workers paid, or when were the workers paid, is not enough for you to emphasize accountant. If I say who paid the workers, you can emphasize accountant. But a situation where I say when were the workers paid, September is supposed to be emphasized because September is what speaks of time. But since September wasn't emphasized, when is wrong option. Option D, the September salary was paid in July. No, September wasn't emphasized. So you can't change September to July, or you can't twist the options. C, workers received their July salary in September. B, did the cashier pay the workers July salary in September? You see, the identity of the sentence remains. Accountant changed to cashier. That is a perfect answer to emphatic stress question. Option B is the correct option. The cat devoured the rat. The cat devoured the rat. Devour is emphasized. Option A, option B, and option D contain the emphasized word. That makes them wrong. C is the correct Option: your mother can cook the meal. Your mother can cook the meal. Can is emphasized. So option B, option C contains can. So they are wrong. Option D says who will cook the meal. If you are saying who will cook the meal, this question does not warrant us to stress can. Who will cook the meal is supposed to stress on mother as the answer. Since mother isn't stressed, therefore, isn't my mother able to cook the meal? Isn't my mother able to cook the meal? So can change to able. Option A makes more sense compared to option D, because if I say who speaks of person, who will make mother to be emphasized as the answer. Mother isn't emphasized, so no reason to use who. So that justifies option A, and B and C are wrong because they repeated the emphasized word. I bought a lot of books last year. I bought a lot of books last year. Books emphasized. Option A, option B, option D, they contain the emphasized word books. So they are wrong. That makes option C correct. Option C says, did I buy a lot of pen last year? So I have to say no, I did not buy a lot of pen last year. Instead, I bought a lot of books last year. Then this says, my mother bought a bicycle yesterday. There is bicycle in option A, option C, and option D. So option B is the correct option. Then my father read the newspaper. My father read the newspaper. Read in option B, read in option C, read in option D. So option A is the correct option. Dele's speech at the naming ceremony made father angry. Angry in option B, angry in option C, angry in option D. So the fact that angry emphasized repeated in these options automatically makes them wrong. So no need to analyze any other thing. So option A is the last man standing. If it's not wrong, if option A is not correct, what will? Then the eagles won the match. Eagles, we mean the eagles, not fowls, not snails. Eagles. So option A, eagle. Option B, eagles. Option C, eagles. A, B, C, wrong. Option D is our correct answer. Besides, if I say who won the match and you say the eagles, that already answers that. It's emphasizing on my answer. Who? Eagles. Bukola's uncle is a street teacher. Uncle is emphasized, and uncle is repeated in option A, option B, and option C. So these options are wrong. No, uncle is repeated in option A, B, and D. So option C is the correct option. I bought my wife a red dress. Wife emphasized, and wife repeated in option A, in B, in D. A, B, and D are wrong. Option C is the correct option. And if you fail any question under emphatic stress in JAMB, you are wrong. Most movies sold in the market are pirated. Markets emphasized. Markets repeated in option A. There is markets in option B. Markets in option D. So option C is the correct option. Thanks for watching your one and only teacher from the future. I hope you found this class interesting. Feel free to check out the playlist for more amazing videos. And don't fail to install the Flash Learners application right now for notes, videos, and questions to meet all your needs. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out any of my sweet videos. See you in the next episode. Don't forget to tell everyone around about the Flash Learners. Bye.